Thank you for joining me on this Sunday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Thank you for taking the time to subscribe to this channel and be part of this weather community. It's for you. I do it for safety, and I'll be tracking things all year long for you. And what we have going on right now, several areas, and a new spot I want to watch as we get into the week ahead. This here will bring life-threatening flooding to Central America. I want to show you the winds on that. This here is trying to become Vince, south of Bermuda, very close to Puerto Rico. That is going to give us a higher chance of flooding again today in parts of the Eastern Caribbean, and this may be catching your attention. It is mine. East of Barbados, east of Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of rain there. It's not developed now, but I want to show you what happens as we go throughout the week ahead in the potential of development right in the Caribbean. Now, first I want to get to this spot here, north of Puerto Rico, near the Turks and Caicos, but just north. That area there, some gusty winds. Sometimes the winds could be right around 80 kilometers an hour or 50 miles per hour. Small window that does develop into a tropical storm later today. Next name on the list is Vince, but you can see nothing too terribly impressive with it. And then eventually we may just see some stronger winds getting close to Bermuda. I'll be watching that, then a front off the East Coast. So it could briefly become Vince. That is spot number one that I'm watching, but we have several other areas too. So you can see here, Turks and Caicos, Bahamas right here. If Vince does form, it'll make a run at the Bahamas. I'm going to keep an eye on this, obviously, of course, for you. And then eventually a front should help to make it curve. But there's Bermuda down the road. So down the road this week, we could see some gustier winds moving in. Not seeing that becoming a super powerful system, but that is one spot I'm watching. Now, here's the deal in the Caribbean. With this up here, that continues to draw in more moisture. And look at that blob over there, more rain. So we have this lifting to the north, heavy rain at times. Puerto Rico, giving you the heads up. Spread the word. We're going to see flooding, and we're going to see power outages the next few days, even more. We've already had some. U.S., British Virgin Islands, that chance of getting some power outages and flooding in Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda, and just stretching back even through St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Vincent, the Grenadines. And then that moisture there is going to feed in, and that's what could develop right in the Caribbean. I'll show you that in a model in a moment. This here, again, I'm going to get into this. I want to show you the winds on this. We're all thinking of our friends that are dealing with what is the cleanup and the devastation with Otis. So watching this area very carefully. Colombia, Venezuela, we've had a lot of showers and storms around. A few near the ABC Islands, but Belize and the Yucatan of Mexico, we've been a little bit quieter. Of course, if you are dry, we have been so hot. Now, let me show you the broad picture and what I'm watching for development. So we have one spot here, which I'll zoom into. This is what briefly could become Vince. This is by the time we get into tomorrow. But look at this. This is the heads up. Look at all this moisture just feeding in Venezuela, Dominica, St. Lucia, swinging back toward Puerto Rico. That flood threat gets higher. Some of that moisture that I was watching back to the east starts to work in. And then this is by Tuesday. So again, Vince could, or maybe Vince, we'll see if it gets a name, will bring some rain to Bermuda by the time we get into Tuesday. But look what happens. You see that with me? That's why I want you to spread the word about what's going on this channel, because you see all this rain right in here building by the time we get into Wednesday. Is that developed at this point? Absolutely not. But a surge of moisture moving into the Caribbean. You see it there. And that is going to wiggle its way to the west as we go throughout the week, and it could develop. So keep an eye on Jamaica down the road, Belize down the road, Honduras. This spot may develop this week into a named system and then just move right across the Caribbean. Each day I'll give you the updates on that. So again, want you to get the word out that we could have something close to home trying to spin up. Now this here, again, just this area here, that's trying to become the next named system. Right now it is Tropical Depression 19 in the Eastern Pacific. It is going to wiggle toward El Salvador, Nicaragua, watching Guatemala for some really heavy rain. Now, as far as the long-term prospects go on this, not sure if it'll just move inland or kind of wiggle away. So look at this. Here's Guatemala, southern Mexico, El Salvador. Here's Acapulco right here. So again, this is here. Nicaragua, my friends here. Look at that rain in Nicaragua working in by tomorrow afternoon. Parts of El Salvador, really heavy rain, enhanced rain in Costa Rica and even Panama. And then this system should become a tropical storm. This is by Tuesday, right on the edge of Guatemala, near El Salvador and Nicaragua. A very high chance of life-threatening mudslides, life-threatening flooding. And then after that, as we get toward the middle of the week, it may start to wiggle away. But again, southern Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, life-threatening flooding on the Pacific side especially. That's going to happen Monday, Tuesday, and at least east on Wednesday. So again, getting the word out about that. And you can see the spin here that's trying to develop. This is as we work our way into later tomorrow. This is by tomorrow. Look at the wind, some red showing up, 110-kilometer winds or 70 miles per hour. So it will become a tropical storm. Should be a tropical storm as soon as tonight, and then, or at least tomorrow morning, and then start to work its way close to the coast. Now, it may start to work away on Wednesday, so wait and see on that, but these Eastern Pacific systems have been very tricky, to say the least, this season. Now, I want to show you the rain that's going to be building. Now, we have that out there, been covering that. I'll zoom down further. Here's the rain. Look at that, Puerto Rico, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Saba, Statia, St. Martin. We're going to see a better chance of rain over the next few days, just getting enhanced by the system that's sitting up here. And then we see that moisture kind of building in on Monday. Look at that tomorrow. Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, we'll see those scattered showers and storms, areas of flooding. And then Puerto Rico, parts of the Dominican Republic, a very high chance of rain, especially eastern end of the DR. Haiti watching us, but again, scattered showers and storms. And then you see as we get through the week, this is by Tuesday, you see it there, and this is the moisture that'll start to move across, could develop. So keeping an eye on Jamaica as we go through the middle and end of the week. As far as the rain totals go, see this kind of gray or black shading in here, 6 inches of rain or 150 millimeters of rain just today through tomorrow in parts of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Bart's. We could see some big-time downpours right on the edge, Antigua and Barbuda. Watching over towards Saba, Statia, St. Kitts and Nevis, some higher rain totals. Dominica, just depends. Some islands we may be a little bit drier, but others just getting dumped on. And we'll be watching that rain here. Look at all that rain building tomorrow, and then that will start to work its way closer to Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Grenada, as we go through the week ahead. So again, we have Tammy. What is left of Tammy is no longer classified. That did move to the east. Bermuda, Vince may form near the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. I showed you that. Next name on the list is Whitney, and then there's a secondary list we may go to because it has been such an active season. But as we get into the Pacific side, the new tropical depression could become Pilar either later today or tomorrow. So rain chance way up, a high chance of flooding, spreading the word about that in Puerto Rico. It's not a named system on top of Puerto Rico, but there's a ton of tropical moisture. So thank you for getting the word out. Same thing, U.S. and British Virgin Islands, I've been highlighting that. Rain chance stays very elevated. Watching Barbados, watching that moisture back to the east. Same thing in St. Lucia. We're going to see areas of rain and storms. If you don't get it today, we may get more tomorrow. It's just going to really depend on all that stuff off to the east. So watching that as well, Trinidad and Tobago, and we'll see what evolves throughout the week. Grenada, scattered showers and storms will be around. At least a 50% chance, St. Vincent the Grenadines, and again, areas of flooding. And the flood threat gets even higher as we go through the week for, say, Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique. You see that rain chance bumping up by Tuesday. We'll be seeing that surge of moisture that will be heading our way. And yes, it could develop once it gets into the Caribbean. Rain chance stays on the elevated side and gets even higher. Martinique, Antigua, and Barbuda, kind of on the edge of it today. We'll see how some of those bands wrap in as the day goes on. St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat, some areas of flooding for today. We could see that as well for tomorrow. Anguilla and St. Bart's, it's going to be staying active over the next few days. We may be on the edge of it, but we'll see as we go throughout the day. That higher chance of rain, St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, areas of flooding. And yes, we could get some power outages with this. Jamaica, we're going to keep an eye on down the road. Jamaica, Montego Bay, we get over toward Falmouth. We'll see how that system moves across the Caribbean. Same thing in the Cayman Islands. So Cayman Islands, a heads up, we could see a developing system this week. Same thing in Belize. While the rain chance is down, all eyes will be off to the east in that developing system. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, spotty shower or thunderstorm is still possible the next few days. Haiti, we'll see that rain chance going up as we go throughout the week, watching the river crossings. Dominican Republic, especially on the east end, that much higher chance of rain. Bermuda, we'll keep an eye on as we get into Tuesday to see what's left of this system that kind of swings our way. Yucatan, not a whole lot now, but watching off to the east. Bahamas, scattered showers and storms, and we'll see how close some of this rain gets throughout the next couple days. About a 50% chance by Tuesday in the Turks and Caicos. Cuba, isolated showers and storms as we get over toward Havana. Costa Rica, rain chance, of course, stays elevated. Watching that new system right on the eastern Pacific side. Northern Venezuela and Colombia, we've been seeing those scattered showers and storms from overnight. Guyana, just an isolated chance, about a 30% chance, and a 10 to 20% chance in Suriname. So surely busy out there. Vince is trying to form just to the east of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, and watching that for Bermuda down the road. The Caribbean remains that hotspot, that new area I showed you. I know it's not being highlighted right now by maybe other outlets, but I'm watching that. That's going to bring that surge of moisture, and we could see development this week right in the Caribbean. I'll be watching it for you. Be safe out there with that flooding, watching that system in the Eastern Pacific for Central America. Have a good rest of your day.